Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cikgu Darrel, and today we are going to begin a new topic, which is Unit 1 Town and Cities. This will be your lesson 1 on page 12 and 13 of your student's book. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to talk about places in a town or city. But before we begin our lesson, let me bring you around London and learn some vocabulary. Together, you read after me. Library. Library. At the British Library, there are 14 million books. Park. Park. Regent's Park is a beautiful green area. Hotel. Hotel. The Savoy is a very famous hotel. Monument. Monument. Nelson's Column is a tall monument. Square. Square. Nelson's Column is at Trafalgar Square. Shop. Shop. Harrods is a very famous shop. Bus station. Bus station. London buses stop at Victoria Bus Station. Market. Market. People shop at the markets in Covent Garden. Cinema. Cinema. People watch 3D films in the IMAX cinema. Restaurant. Restaurant. Many interesting Chinese food are in the restaurants of Chinatown. Station. Station. Take a train from King's Cross Station. Theatre. Theatre. The West End is London's theatre district. Bridge. Bridge. You can see the Thames River from Tower Bridge. Office building. Office building. The Shard is London's new and very tall office building. So now, let us watch, listen, and complete the sentences that I have prepared below each video. Are you ready? Let's go through first the sentence before I play the video. There isn't a blank here. Remember, focus on the structure and try to listen from the video so that you can get the gist of the answer after this.
Is your town a good place to live?
Yes, I think so. It's great that there are a lot of things to do in the evening. There are some cafes, cinemas, restaurants, things like that. It's an interesting place to live.
Have you got a favourite place in your town?
Yes. My favourite place is a French restaurant. I really like French food. There isn't a theatre here, but I like living in this town.
What place is not in Simon's town? There isn't a theatre here. There isn't a theatre here. Did you manage to listen to his answer? Next, there are some blank in the city too. Focus on the structure and we try to find the answers from the video. Are you ready?
Tell me about your city. Do you like it here?
Yes, it's okay here. I like it. We've got a sports centre near our house, and it's great that there are some parks in the city too.
What did Louis say? There are some parks in the city too. Next, so the structure here is there's an O. Let's listen.
What do you think of your town?
Well, we've got a library near our house. There's an old bridge and a monument too.
Yes, it isn't very exciting really.
What place is O as mentioned by Sophie? There's an O bridge. Next, there's a
Well, there's a cafe.
Yes,
but there's one cafe and it's at the bus station.
There's a cafe. Who said the statement? Sophie or Ben? It's Sophie. Next, there aren't any good blank. Focus on the structure.
Yes, there aren't any good shops here.
Yeah, it isn't very good to be honest.
No, it isn't great, really.
Again, the answer came from Sophie. There aren't any good shops. Did you manage to get all the answers correct? If so, congratulations! If you listen from the video just now as well as the sentences displayed below the video, these are the structures that are focused in our lesson today. I'm going to explain one by one to you on how to use all these structures in affirmative and also negative sentences. The first one, there is. You can also call it as there's. Both are acceptable, just that there's is a contraction for there is. When we use there's, it is used together only with singular noun. Singular here means one. And when we want to say one in another word, it's called a or an. But in this situation, we use a. There's a cinema, which means there is only one cinema. From the picture here, you can only see one cinema. This is an affirmative statement because the cinema exists. And what if the cinema does not exist? It's a no statement then. So we have to say, there isn't a cinema. This would be a negative sentence, which means the cinema does not exist. If you still remember, in the previous lessons, I did mention about affirmative and negative statements. When we say something that is affirmative, it means we say yes to the statement, whereby for negative statements, it means we say no to the statement. Next, still the same situation, there's together with singular noun, but we have to use the article an. When do we use the article an? The article an has the same meaning with article a. It is just that the article an is used under a very special condition, especially when the noun starts with the vowel sound of e, I, O, U. In here, the noun is office building, so we use an to convey that there is only one office building that exists in that area. So this sentence is affirmative because it exists. On the other hand, when we want to say it does not exist, then we write it as there isn't an office building. There is not even one office building there. So this statement is considered negative. Next, there are. When we use there are, it is used together with plural noun. Plural here means many or more than one. Based on the picture, you can see two cinemas here. So when we want to use the structure, we will say there are two cinemas. At the same time, if you are not sure with the number of cinemas, for example, but you know that it's more than one, then we can use another word, which is some. So this is the example of the sentence. There are some cinemas. So when we read the sentence, we know that when we say some, it's actually more than one. Just that we are not sure with the exact number of the cinemas. Next, there aren't any cinemas. There aren't any cinemas means no cinemas at all exist in that particular area. So can you tell me, among these three sentences, which sentences are affirmative? It's these two. These two sentences are affirmative, and the last sentence is negative, which means not even one cinema exists in that area. But for the previous two sentences, the first sentence shows an exact number of cinemas, while the second sentence shows that the number of cinemas are uncertain. However, you are sure that it is more than one cinema in that area. Let's try to do some exercise instead so that you will be able to digest more of our lesson today. I will start with an affirmative sentence, and maybe at the same time when we discuss, you try by yourself if you can convert the affirmative sentence into negative sentence by yourself. So the affirmative sentence here is, there are some shops in my street. When we want to make it negative, there still remain the same. Some we have to change, are we have to change as well. So the answer should be, there aren't any shops in my streets. Did you get it correct? Next, the affirmative sentence here is, there is a nice sports center in my area, which means there is one sports center exists in my area. What if that one and only nice sports center does not exist in my area? So we have to turn it into negative sentence, and it becomes, there isn't a nice sports center in my area. Bear in mind that even though not even one nice sports center in your area exists, when we write it in a negative sentence, we have to always use isn't a. Try to avoid aren't any, because the affirmative sentence at the first place already used is a. So when we want to deny the statement, it becomes isn't a. So that's the end of our lesson today. Here I have prepared a Google Form exercise for you. If you're on multiple devices, feel free to just use your phone to scan at the QR code to do the lesson straight away. But if you're on a single device, just go to the video description and press on the link that I have uploaded there. And if you're a teacher and you would like to make a copy of this Google Form exercise, feel free to just scan at the QR code or go to the link at the video description below. As usual, don't forget to visit my Facebook page Cikgu Darrel and give it a like if possible, and also subscribe my YouTube channel. Don't forget to press the bell right beside the subscribe button so that you will always get the first-hand video every time I upload a new video. With that, I would like to thank you for watching, and I shall see you at the next video.